Good morning, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Calming Farming, where we're kicking off episode 12. Yeah, in the previous episode, we had a bit of an issue with harvesting parsnips. I got to the 96% complete mark, and then couldn't find any parsnips left, so I had to abandon the contract. Despite that, I've picked up another one. It's not parsnips this time; it's red beets. And as you can see, my worker is plodding on, filling up that loader. I think in the interest of practice though, I need to take over for a little bit and get better at this kind of thing, because as you can see, most of the harvesting contracts are beets, carrots, etc. And the only way to truly master something is to practice. So I think I'll jump in the machine, get better at this sort of thing, because after the last fiasco, I don't want to particularly be wasting my time, your time, or spending excess money on failed contracts. So let's get to it. See you soon. Well, there's no surprise, this is pretty slow. It is a pretty slow process. But we do have a trailer that's almost ready to go up to the drop-off point. So we'll just fill this up and then send it on its way with the worker. And there we go, 93%. Another harvester load would just delay things. So let's get this lot set off. And then I think we're going to start looking at a linear contract. Yeah, let's have a look, see what else is there. As you can see in the harvesting world, there's not much, but the cultivating side of things, why not? Yes, please, I will take that, thank you. Now let's get this job created. As you can see, it's quite a distance up to the sell point. So I think I'm gonna have to get hold of a second trailer, one that I can fill up on the field while my AI worker is doing the delivery. That should make things a little bit more efficient. But in the meantime, let's get cultivating. See you soon. So there we go. Through the power of snipping and editing, we've done 2 contracts outside of this beets one. We cultivated 2 fields, earned a little bit more money, so that I can go and get myself a second trailer. But obviously, with the purchase of a new trailer, I won't be able to afford a tractor, so I'm gonna keep this contract as unfinished and use their horsepower for the time being. Is it cheating? Probably, but it gets the job done, doesn't it? In the meantime, let's collect up this £1,000 and let's go and have a look at some trailers. So before I go splashing out on anything crazy, I've got to consider that when I do get a John Deere, it's not going to be able to pull much in the way of weight, and let's stick to things that we know. This trailer has been ideal throughout all the contracts we've been doing. The old farm tech. It's quite versatile. It's got a rigid tow bar, which means there's no awkwardness when you're reversing it. And it's low enough that when I do use the Beets machines, that they won't have a problem dumping the load in. So let's quickly change the colour, so there's no confusion when I'm using contracted equipment and my own. This will stand out, won't it? And if I really need to, I can change the config to a flatbed as well, so we can get some baling done. Yeah, there we go. I think that's money well spent. So let's start harvesting those beets. See you soon. Well, there we go, ladies and gents. We are at 99%, and we've still got plenty of crops left in the field, so I definitely haven't missed any. And what it looks like is, when I do go and tip this final load, any excess will be additional profit, which is a nice little win, really. Don't think it'll make up for my faux pas on the previous parsnips contract, but it's better than a kick in the slats. So let's zip forward and see what kind of money we've made. See you shortly. And here we go, the moment of truth. So I started off with 7.3, and this load, well, that takes us up a nice little bump, doesn't it? And that's before we've claimed the contract. There we go. It put us just over 11.5, I think, if my math's right. Which means we are, well, a quarter of a way to getting a John Deere. So let's pick up some quick contracts, some cultivating, and get to work. Because on the Calm Farm, time waits for no one. And there we go, we've bounced through a couple more cultivating contracts. It was a fairly small cultivator, so on this newest one I've gone for a bigger contract with bigger equipment. And in the interest of concurrent activity, we've got a pea harvester doing his thing. And those pea harvesters have a pretty big tank, so when I set a worker off, I know it's going to be a while before I'm going to need to intervene. That means that I can transport this up to its field and set it on its way, or maybe even do it myself. Who knows? And while we wait for the ferry to come across, or for Battlestar Galactica there to get out of the way, let's go over and have a quick look at the pea harvesting contract, see how they're getting on. So the harvester's running at about 83, probably 84% now. So let's take this over and let it empty itself. And that way it's got free run to carry on going. It's a pretty interesting machine, this. Aside from the mechanics of how it picks up and harvests the peas, look at how it unloads. It's just an epic design, really. It's somebody thought of that, and how am I going to get my peas from this machine into that? Pretty genius, really. I suppose the same can be said for all the harvesting machinery, really. It's just clever science, clever engineering. Yeah, I take my hat off to them, fair play. Well, anyway, as I sit in admiration for harvesting designs, I'm going to call this ferry over and wrap up this episode. So before we fade out, I'd just like to thank you for joining the Calm Farm for episode 12, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.